Hey everyone, good morning and welcome back to another day trading recap video. Today is Thursday, it's June 16th, and I'm wearing the same shirt I did yesterday. So be it, that's how it is. Now, today I actually accomplished something that I've been trying to do for a really long time, and the best way to show you guys is going to the trading screen. I think you guys will see it pretty much right away. Let me pop it up right here. Where is it? Wizard, stats, and wham, kablang, right there. Average position cost today was $10,000, almost flat. I've been really stuck last few months around like 4.5, 5,000, sometimes a little bit more, but often in that area because I've been really scaling down as the market wasn't really that hot. It's been getting a little bit hotter. This week was actually pretty good. It's really, really nice. And I try to take advantage of it. I had some issues today I'll talk about for sure, specifically with SIDU and TOS. That kind of got me to stop trading today a little bit earlier than I probably should have, especially with my aggression. Now, Tom was like, Alex, you got to keep trading. It's really hot. This is what we've been waiting for. So, that's what I love about this community. He kept me going. He made sure I didn't fully stop, although I didn't really do much after that, but I definitely stuck around. Now, I got to say, I do love the community, and Yimshim writes here, today marks about 13 to 14 months of solid trading, studying, reviewing trades, engaging with y'all, watching videos. Anyhow, today marks my second highest profit day ever in trading, even though it's super tough with cash account and not being able to size up. That's true. Cash account is really tough. I was able to do well today. It ain't much for others, a 1% gain in my cash account. It just shows I am in the right direction. Alex Winkler, my journey started with you and explained and expanded to this amazing group. I love it as well. Learning from everyone is super, super nice, and I'm also super grateful here to be able to trade with you guys every single day. So that makes me happy. I love the community, and again, being a trader, it's a little bit of like you against the market thing. It's a little bit isolating, right? So it's really nice to have a community and to learn from each other. So always awesome to hear that kind of feedback, and I totally agree. So let's see here what happened. And actually, look at this. So my average position cost 10,000, like I said. That even includes this trade right here. I was only long 27 shares, and this position was $181. So it even includes my scratches where I quickly, get a partial fill and I close right away. So that was really good. I did have some trades that were specifically big here, 22.5 thousand. So that's really large. But today I'm up 1372. So really, really nice green day here. But I had no really big winners. My biggest winner today was 216, which was a little frustrating. We'll talk about the tickers in detail a lot further, but I want to show you guys here on SIDU, for example. You can't see it perfect well right here, but when we go to the charts in a second, you guys will see this. SIDU pops up. I was up 5% and then slammed back down, and then it started crawling, and I closed my position. So I have so many trades, and the reason I want to quickly bring that up is because I have so many trades where I'm attempting for a breakout, and it doesn't break out. And it's really, really frustrating. So I feel like if I'm ever up 5%, I just need to take my profits. Base hits for me are the way to go. And now if there is a breakout, all I need to do is get back in it. So for example, you could see the price went up here. I was up like 5-6%. And then it popped and then it flushed right back down. So I need to take my profit and then rebuy. And that's exactly what I did. I rebought and traded this here, not nearly as aggressive as I should. But for me, like, look at this. This was so many attempts for a breakout, none of which happened. So it's just like, I don't know what it is. I think I'm allergic to actually having continuation. It just never works for me. I don't want to be, negative Nancy here, but understanding like how I trade and that breakouts and me like don't work really well. And getting those base hits is how I make my profits every single day mostly. Like I rarely have a home run trade, very, very, very rarely. And I don't even think I really want to try for it. Like if it happens, so be it. But I don't think that should be my strategy. I should take those profits. If there is a breakout, I'll buy back in the micro pullback and boom, go from there. But there's so many times where I leave 5-6% on the table and then it goes back and I close it for break even, and then maybe the breakout happens or maybe it doesn't. So that was a big thing today that I want to review with you guys. I would love to hear what you guys do in the comments below. Do you guys just hold for the breakout? Do you guys set stops? I know everyone's really different here. And I don't think there will be a one size fits all. For me, trailing stops, for example, just absolutely don't work. My trading is way too quick, and I trip over myself when I try to do stuff like that. So it absolutely does not work for me. But I think if you have a longer time horizon, things like that definitely do work. So I would love to hear in the comments below what you guys think about exactly this. So if you are, buying for a breakout, do you just set a stop and then hope it goes, or it doesn't, or do you just try to manage your position and scalp a little bit more like I do? What works for the best. So I just finished importing all my trades. There was 263 fills, and if you see here on my wizard, where is that? Total entries right here, 263. That's amount of transactions. So the actual trades were 20. So there's 263 entries that go into 20 trades. And that's basically when you see something like, I don't know, let's just go to this last trade here. You'll see entry, enter, entry, exit, 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 right? All the different fills. So that's exactly what's going on here. And then I click stats, and then I just see my stats for the day. That's all I did here. Don't forget to finish wizard. That's always important before you start a new one. And let's go ahead and close all these unnecessary tabs. And let's keep diving into these specific tickers. So I actually only traded 2 stocks today, ADN and SIDU. This is always my favorite when there's like a really clear stocks that I'm trading. SIDU was the lead gapper for sure today until ADN popped up. Unfortunately, at the end of trading SIDU, my TOS crashed and I gave back like a third of my profits on SIDU. So that was really frustrating. I was a little bit annoyed about that. In the Discord, I was like, oh, I'm done. And it's true because like when TOS crashes, when your tool breaks, the first, all you're thinking about on your next trade is like, oh, I hope it doesn't break again. So what happened was, I'll quickly go to it. We'll just start talking about SI, and it's breaking out right now. Really nice, but volume is fading a bit, so that's kind of sketchy. So what happened in this last trade right here is TOS froze. I canceled all my orders, but then TOS froze, and then it was like glitching, and I was like, oh, what happened here? And then nothing happened, and the price kept going. And then this flush happened. I had no orders out at this point, and all of a sudden I was filled with a bunch of orders, and I was down like 4%. And I was like, are you kidding me? This is so frustrating. The price bounced up here, and I just closed for a loss. This was a little bit annoying because I had no control over this one. Who knows what would have happened? Maybe it still would have been a loss, but at least it would have been a loss that I was in charge with. So I just cut my losses here on this retested 9 EMA. Worse, God forbid it would have sold off here and I gave back over half my profits just because I was too stubborn to cut my losses. That would have made me really, really frustrated. So yeah, you gotta manage your risk even if it's not your fault. I think that's really, really important. But let's just look at SIDU. Now, SIDU has been on such an intense run ever since yesterday. I did talk about it in yesterday's recap a little bit as well. We had a huge breakout here at 4, and this is really what started the rally in a way, because once we broke 4, the sky was the limit, it felt like at this point. I can't believe we even broke 8. Who knows where we're going to go from here. There's definitely going to be a lot of resistance right around $12 or so. I would also look at around 10 just to be a psychological zone. $10 is always a big pivot area. Let's see, aerospace company here, 17 million shares outstanding, 152 million market cap. And that has grown significantly. But yeah, the float and the shares outstanding is really, really nice. Looking at the 5-minute here, look at this. I mean, this is just such a wild ticker. We did some really nice, actually not really nice, pretty okay trading here yesterday pre-market. I didn't really trade it at the market open so much. It had a perfect first dare. I mean, this is a perfect first dare where it barely gives back, and then it runs, so it has a beautiful power hour run. Oh, it's just such a nice ticker. And then we had another stair right here. So this is our second stair, and then we have that third leg. So first leg, second leg, third leg, and right now we're trying for a fourth leg, but right now it's getting pretty shaky in this area for sure. A lot more shaky than it was. I'm not crazy about trading at this point. Not to mention, it's kind of like a Friday for me because I'm not trading tomorrow. So I'd rather just hold on to my profits before I give them back unnecessarily. I mean, look how crazy this was. It in just 4 minutes or so pops up 30% and then has a huge flush right here, about 20%. That was wicked. Let's look at a little bit how I traded this one a bit more here. So had a nice rally and then had its first flag, but in this area there was almost no volume, so I wasn't really interested. Eventually it did break 5, 6, 7. And that's where I started getting aggressive, taking my first trades on it. But none of these were really that big size. I was kind of dipping my toes in. And then I did one of my bigger trades. Well, actually not even yet. So it wasn't until, 2,000 shares here, I get a little bit more aggressive. This ticker, it was weird. It kept on having these really quick front side rallies, and then it would just hit a wall. And then it would consolidate there for 30 minutes, and maybe even more. And then when it broke out again, it just ripped super, super aggressive. this ticker was a little bit frustrating to trade at sometimes because once it finally did break out, you had to get really aggressive. So this is one of those classic situations right here that I was talking about earlier, where this ticker popped up 5% or so. I could have took my profits. I had almost a perfect entry here, and then it flushed right back down. Pops up a little bit. I close my position because I'm like, it's done. And then it finally does that rip. If I held this position, this was like a 2,000 share position. I had a few fills here, and yeah, this could have been a huge winner. Oh well, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so what I could have done here was just take my profits there really fast. Then when it sold off, I would have realized, oh, it's still holding here. I could have re-entered, or I could have bought into the breakout. But at this point, I just closed and I was kind of like done with it, right? So I'm like on the wrong side of the trade a little bit, and then I missed out on all this upside here. So SIDU, I can't believe I didn't have any big winners today. I mean, look at this. My biggest percent winner is 2%. That's insanely small of a winner. And then a lot of just messy trading here in this area when TOS crashed. But that was, yeah. And now it's crawling up pretty nicely. But I think I'm going to call it today. I am definitely done. I'm pretty happy with just taking my profits where they are. If you just look here on my calendar, it's been a pretty decent week so far. So we had yeah, a nice week here. Let me zoom in a little bit more. $1,000 on Monday, more or less, and then a $450 day, $800 day, and now almost a $1,400 day. So really nice. I'll be taking tomorrow off, but that'll wrap up a nice little 5-day green streak, which is pretty small. Also, keeping the red days very small. I was totally off my game these 2 days, so I basically realized that, and I was like, all right, this is not the time to gun it. And then let's see here. Let's go back to the day trading Momo portfolio and then go to the running P&L just to see how I, gave back profits here. So yeah, I was on a nice little. Today was a really consistent day. I just had really nice, consistent across the board trading. I was up 15.24, and then I had that loser, and then I did a few more trades on ADN and got back in the green. So let's talk about ADN right now. And this is a pretty nice setup here, though, on SIDU. I'm not going to lie. Look at that. This could be a perfect pullback. Here was a beautiful 5-minute breakout and a 1-minute pullback. I mean, this was this is nice. This is one of the better setups we've seen all day. Yeah, maybe I should still be trading. I don't know. It's hard to say because Tom is right. We wait for the hot markets, and that's really when you want to give 110%. That's when you want to stick around that extra 10, 15, 20 minutes. I don't know. I feel like it's so easy to always come up with an excuse. Yeah, maybe I'm not trading tomorrow, or maybe it's XYZ. We're in a bear market, whatever. You can always find an excuse. So I definitely do need to, I think, stick around a little bit longer, especially because we've been seeing a lot of nice moves around this time. I don't know. I probably will over time, but let me take my profits because it's just been so slow these last few months that I feel like it's easy to give back profits too. I've done it tons of times. I mean, you guys saw this yesterday where I went from 836 down to 419 just to double top roughly around 800 again. So it's that's an emotional roller coaster. I don't need that in my life all the time. So ADN here, this ticker popped up and it was quick, and it's the biggest percent winner. It doesn't have the biggest dollar volume, but it's the biggest percent winner. So it's just this ticker is on fire today. 186% was this initial rally. So let's see here. Electric Equipment Company, 52 million shares outstanding if you round it up, and then 164 million market cap. So a little bit more on the high end of that, but it is a lower price. You can really feel this one just breaking price levels like no tomorrow. Let's see. They received almost $1 billion in funding. That's a pretty big catalyst right there, especially for 164 million market cap. So wow. Okay. That's quite interesting. Let's see. That's the first time actually reading the catalyst. As you guys know, I don't really care so much about the news. I like to see that there is a news, and I was looking there was a bunch of news articles today, but I didn't even dive into it because I don't like to create biases around my my trading. Okay, so let's see here. Pops up really fast, 100%, consolidates. At this area, I wasn't super stoked about it just because the volume should have been a little bit more, but really quickly the volume spiked up. I missed this initial run because this is when TOS was freezing for me, and I just had my big issue with SIDU. So I was actually surprised that I jumped in on this one with decent size. I didn't get any continuation here, but then it crawls up again, and I just didn't trade any of this. So I'm a little disappointed in myself that I didn't trade ADN more. There's definitely a lot of opportunity on this ticker for sure. and I left a lot of money on the table. But look at this, gets a little bit choppy at the market open, so I don't know, maybe I was just managing my risk, and I don't know, I can't really complain so much. I feel like if I really wanted to make more money today, like the way to do it, well, this trade right here at like 10, 12, this would have been a really good opportunity, buying somewhere in this and just getting that rip. But you're also risking bigger flushes after the market opens. So I don't know, it's easy to give back profit. What I really should have done today, hands down, which would have made me more profitable, is just being more aggressive. My size today was fine, but I wasn't aggressive enough. So for example, when this ticker started ripping, I would buy a high, I would be chasing, but I wouldn't chase nearly enough. I wouldn't be buying aggressively enough, looking for that continuation. I know this ticker sucks at having follow through, but once it does, it rips. So knowing that, I should have been chasing these breakouts like no tomorrow, and really, I should have not stopped trading SIDU on the front side until I gave back profits like I did here, but this was more of an accident and I didn't chase it aggressive enough on the front side. So in a way, that's exactly what happened, but I didn't really do it right, where I didn't really trade the front side nearly as hard as I should have. And then I had pretty decent size here at the end, which was an accident, but still I had decent size and I gave back a chunk there. So now SIDU is falling off a cliff and just got halted, so that's terrifying. But yeah, I always say, it's all about being patient. You want to be patient. You want to wait for the right setups. And then when the right setups come, which SIDU was presenting, and ADN, mind you, ADN had a lot of nice setups. When you see it, you got to get aggressive. I mean, this is what we're waiting for, right? This is what we are waiting for, right? Patience. And then when you see it, you got to get aggressive. And then when things are working, especially if you're on a nice healthy trend to the up front side and things are working well, your total winners are higher, so it's not like a choppy day where the more you trade, the more red you get. If it's one of those days where the more you trade, the more green you get, that is when you size. So patience, aggression, in size. When you're in that winning setup, that A+ setup, you're doing well, everything is lining up, the stars are lining up, that's when you size up, and that's really when you do that 20 maybe even $30,000 position size. Let's say your average is like between 5 and 10 like mine. So that's why I sized up a little bit more today, but I didn't take my base hits. I was oftentimes waiting for those breakouts. So if I was taking more base hits today, I think today could have been like a $3,000-$4,000 day easy, because I had so many trades where it popped up 3-4% and I didn't take it. I went back down. Popped up 3-4%, I didn't take it. It went back down. Eventually I closed it. Then it broke out. Then I chased with small size. It was like, it was over and over again today. So I guess something to be excited about is the fact that I did pretty bad trading today in a way, and I'm still up $1,300. So that's pretty amazing, and I'm pretty happy about that. So quick little reminder here, Monday, Juneteenth, markets are closed. I take the trading day before the market close day off. So that means I'm taking tomorrow off, which is a Friday, making a 4-day weekend out of my 3-day weekend. That's my rule I have now. So I will not be here tomorrow, but I'll probably stick in the chat room for a second just to say hi. So I will see you guys there. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys had a successful trading day as well. If you didn't, no worries. There's always tomorrow. Don't dwell on it too much. Have a great weekend, everyone. And like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.